Is it discipline or is it self-hate? You may have heard me say before, shame is not a health strategy. But here's the thing. Today I want to actually explain what I mean by that because I think that's one of the biggest reasons so many high-functioning women stay stuck. We think self-punishment, self-blame, shame, all of those things are going to get us to the goal. But what I've realized is that the things that we do when we feel like we've messed up, the punishment, the blame, the rules, the restrictions, they're actually counteracting the very thing we're trying to create. They're getting in the way of our goal. So let's talk about why these things are getting in our way. Before I go any further, if you're like, oh my gosh, I punish myself, I blame myself, I create more rules and more restrictions, I want you to take a deep breath and know that it's okay to feel this way. If you're blaming yourself, if you're punishing yourself, if you're starting over every Monday, that is actually one of the biggest things that we work through inside of my Shameless Sustainable Health mentorship. We don't just talk about nutrition. We talk about the in-depth things that are keeping us stuck, the punishment, the blame, the shame, and the tools that you're using that are actually keeping you stuck instead of moving you forward. So if that's you, below this video is a link. Please feel free, go check it out for you if it's right at this current moment. Now, let's get into the depth of why this matters, okay? This was me. Honestly, I truthfully had thought being hard on myself was 100% discipline. So if something wasn't working, I would add another workout. I was working out at 4 hours per day at one point in my life. There was a time in my life I ran 13 miles every single day for a year and a half. Okay. Or I would cut out another food. Like, okay, cookies are just totally off the list. Ice cream is totally off the list. If you think you're going to have that margarita, then absolutely no carbs for the day. So I'd add all these rules and I'd tell myself, I'll be good this week, like a good little girl, which we'll get into in future episodes. But that would only cause me to start over again and again and again. And I realized that I really believed that this is how healthy people became healthy. Punishment, self-criticism, and this was discipline. And this is so much of what we've been taught in this nutrition and fitness culture. When you mess up, punish yourself, eat less, take away the cheat day. You don't get cheat days anymore. Do you remember when like cheat days were like a full day and then they became like a cheat meal? And then it was like, okay, well, I messed up today, so I'll eat less tomorrow. I'll have to start over again on Monday. But then the things that were reeling in your head of like, you're ugly, you're fat, you shouldn't have done that, I can't believe you did this, we could go on and on. But then when we do the good thing, it was like, ah, relax. I've been good. I know how to start over. I'm doing it. But then we'd go back and forth between this punishment, success, and we'd never see a result. And all we would look down and we would look at the scale or we would look at what we were trying to achieve, and it wouldn't really help us. So, what I want to start with is what you can really do to help yourself here, okay? If you were to look at the Three Vital Questions book or anything out there, the thing that we typically do is we start with the problem. The problem is, I want said result in my health, okay? But that's not going to get us to where we want to go. We must look at what we want. So, right now, I want you to ask yourself, what do I want? Okay. Do I want to lose 20 pounds? Do I want to feel better now that I've lost the 20 pounds? Do I want to get off blood pressure medication? Whatever it may be, health wise, mind wise, parent wise, whatever it may be, I want you to just take the goal that you have. What do I really want? Okay. Now, when you know what it is you really want, I want you to start thinking about, why do I want it? Okay. I want to lose 20 pounds. Why do I want that? So I can feel better, so I can have more energy, so I can do better things, so I can play more with my kids, so I can fit back into the clothes and not have to buy a bunch of them. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter why. For the women that I work with, it really has to become an emotional reason. Okay. Yes, I want to play more with my kids is good, but why? What's the emotion there? What are you missing? The deep connection? The being able to get down on the floor with them? What is it? When you can get to the emotion under what you want, you're going to get better results. So, as I mentioned in the Three Vital Questions, the author talks about how sometimes we take action not because it moves us toward our goal, but because it relieves the anxiety. So, when we focus on the problem of, I have to lose 20 pounds, that's when we're going to get into the rules and the self-blame and the self-shame and all those things. And sometimes it can actually move us back because when we set a rule and we break it, if we were like a good little girl, or we were taught all these other things in the past, we're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I broke that. I can't believe I broke that. I wasn't supposed to do that. Now I need to punish myself more. And so we actually are taking steps away from the top goal we have. This is like the story of my life. I would do all of these things. I would just add more rules, meanwhile, getting further and further away. When I worked out 4 hours a day, when I ran 13 miles a day, when I gave all these restrictions, I was actually heavier then. I've had 2 kids. I weigh less. I have better feeling in my body. I am way more agile. I have way better strength. I have way better muscles. I have a way clearer brain. My emotional, my body, my soul, everything is so much better when I stopped punishing into the rules and I focused on the why. Okay. So here's my what I want. Okay. I want to lose 20 pounds. That's what I want. Okay. Now that I'm coming from, I want to lose 20 pounds, I come from the why. Why do I want to lose 20 pounds? Let's just say it is because I want all of my clothes to fit again. How would it feel if all of your clothes fit again? Like, oh, emotionally freeing. Like, I love that outfit. I'm so glad it fits me. Oh my gosh, I don't have to buy all these clothes. I love the pink shirt. I love the blue shirt. I love the dresses. I spent all this money on these clothes or whatever it was. And like, these clothes nurture and love me. Great. Feel the emotion in your body. Like, feel how good it would feel to put those clothes back on. Oh my gosh, I feel light. I feel free. I feel gratitude. I feel peaceful. I feel blissful. I feel worthy. I feel enough. Oh my gosh, I feel back in my house. That is going to be what gets you closer. See how we relieved the anxiety while getting closer to our goal? Because as we feel the feeling of our goal, it's now ours. Okay, so instead of more rules and more punishment and more starting over Monday, what we can do is take steps towards that. Okay, so if I know that I want this and I feel good about this, I need to be taking steps that make me feel better. So is me telling myself, like, you messed up, you need to take more rules, you need to exercise more, making me feel these feelings? Or is it actually making me feel worse? If it's making you feel worse, it's going to bring you back further from your goal. So, what does bring me closer to my goal? Hey, you know what? We ate the potato chip. It's okay. We ate the potato chip. I know that this one potato chip was going to be for the highest and best good of me. And I'm willing to see this with the angle of I only ate 10 potato chips instead of the whole bag as normal. And as we can move from that, we can then get back to where we desire to go. What do we really want? Okay. So once you know what it is you really want, and you can think about why you want it and the emotions that you have there, you'll move towards that because it feels better than this self-punishment, this terrible way that it was before. Okay. Now, if this is you and you're like, okay, but I know that I am so much like in the self-blame, self-punishment, I'm really good at this and I have no idea. Like what you say sounds really good, but I have no idea how I'm going to do that. That is what we really do in Shameless Sustainable Health. It's not another meal plan. It's not more nutrition information. It's not things that you can already know and use ChatGPT and Google and all of the things to go find. Okay. What this is, it's the missing pieces of like what's happening between the goal that you're setting and all of this shame, self-blame, punishment strategy that we're so conditioned to do because we've been taught that. This is where you can stop fighting against yourself long enough to trust yourself, hear yourself. This is where you can uncover all those little things that can shift to make it easy. So it is just as good and feeling of, I feel light, I feel peace, I feel gratitude, I feel great, I'm worthy, I'm enough, I can fit into my clothes. This is amazing. This is an absolutely good feeling. That's sustainable, shameless health. That's how you get there. And right now, the applications are open. They close tonight at midnight on June 30th. The link is below. If this is after the video, please feel free to click the link because we open this all the time and it is periodically open for applications. Of course, we want you to know that you're safe here. And this is a place where you can come and learn all about your health without the blame, without the shame, without the punishment. Because shame is not a health strategy and your body is not against you. It's communicating to you. You're on the same team, and now it's time for you to hear what it is that your body has been telling you. If this was helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Comment below with any questions or anything that you'd like to see in future videos. Outside of that, I will see you on the next video or in your application inside Shameless Sustainable Health. Bye for now.